Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
11. Here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Burrow looking to pass. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
11.
Higgins goes in motion right. And Burrow going to throw again. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Yellow.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Chiefs at 13-3 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Walton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Hey, Ripley.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Mahomes. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the pass, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, Ripley.
Mahomes now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Walton. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I gotta say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Reese. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
12. 11 coming.
To the air again, Burrow. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target.
And it's 3rd and short.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
11.
Burrow will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
On 1st down, Rees.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. From the 35, here's the 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rees, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Burrow. This is Rees on the ground. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
An audible here to get a new look.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go. 11, mighty. 11,
they're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's able to get it to Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll run on 1st down. Rees. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
11.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Bengals nothing.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
On 1, ready? 11 MT.
Now Burrow. Flushed out right. But I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. Stop.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Fight on these two. Easy.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Hey, dribble it.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. In motion right goes Higgins. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow looking deep here for Chase. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
I'm wondering.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Drops it underneath for Reese. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st down, it's Reese. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, 28 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Second and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
11, Thomas. It's your set. 12, 12, 12. 11, MT. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Again, it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Reese. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now 2nd and 3. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Walton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working from the gun, Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Again, it's Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's third down and inches. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. Under pressure, they got him again. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Hey, 15.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Mahomes going to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Yellow. Attack. Hey, Sunday.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Hey, 43, 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now Patrick going to change the play. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yellow.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 4th down.
Hey, 57.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11. Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43.
11 mighty. 11.
Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
11 MT.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there.
There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And bulldozing his way through. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Reese. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This is Reese on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Bengals. From 6 yards away. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Flush to his right. That's caught right side by Worthy. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, 57, 57.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Drops it underneath for Reese. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Stop.
Burrow on play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reese. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From midfield now, Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
11.
To the air again, Burrow. It's caught by Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
43.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 70 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Yellow.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
11 MT tape. 11 gun. Stop. 12. 11 Thomas. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll come up now on second down. Burrow will throw. Pass complete to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle made at the 42.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Now Burrow. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
11.
Burrow. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reese. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him. A handful of touchdowns to his credit thus far. Now he's just crossing off yardage milestones, and win or lose, his name has to be in serious discussion for player of the game.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
11 MT.
Here's Burrow. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this.
Here we go.
He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get...
Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Bengals are back within a score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Yes, sir.
To throw, Burrow. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
50, yellow.
Mahomes to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Chiefs extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
11, here we go. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT,
Throwing, Burrow. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
On 2, ready?
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Attack, attack! Eye down these 2, eye down these 2. 15. Attack!
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes going to throw it here. Eluding the pressure right. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
To throw is Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance. But that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Now Mahomes. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Yellow, yellow.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
It's caught at the 1. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
11. Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
A final shot now for Burrow. That is intercepted at the goal line.
And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance, that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs,
they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall.
and now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-9 season in the end.
and they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.